Hello guys, what's up? What up? Let me just... Okay. 1 second, I will set up everything I need and we will start. Doing great, what's up? Okay, let me just check one more thing. Looking for some trades on the majors today. Kinda want to short. Maybe we'll find a setup during the session. But it will take some time. I'm looking for SMTs right now, but this should occur later on. Maybe around the late cycle here. Anyway, so for Bitcoin, I'm currently looking to see if we get a bearish reaction here, as this was the older level we had. So there's a chance we'll drop lower now. The area that I would be looking for is a 62.5k. We do also have a bearish PCM candle here. This perfect manipulation candle right here, which got swept. And now we are waiting for some sort of a Bykov model. We do have a very strong volume level here. And it's also the upper deviation limit for pips, the extension of 40%. So as long as we reject this, I would look for lower levels in here. And as well as it's going to be a lot of stuff today on the chart. You want to, sorry, 1 second. Oh, I had something stuck in my throat. Okay, so so we are expecting some sort of a lower levels today, or maximum until the Wednesday, where we should turn around. The reason for the reversal is pretty simple. It's because we do have a news lined up for the Wednesday. Let me show you. We do have these on Wednesday. So we have a FOMC, and it should also align with the bigger cycles. So once they load, I'll show you. Actually, I can show you because they're in future, but we will be lining up for the how is it called? The reversal zone, so the distribution one. and we will create likely some SMTs. After that, we will look for shorts, but not really until then. Last time we were looking into FET. Can turn these off for now. So yeah, this is what we were looking for on the stream. Currently up quite nicely, about 20%, and we were also looking at the Tau, which is up like, I don't know, 50% or so. But right now, sitting exactly at the key level, where I would be de-risking the position and looking for possible reaccumulation lower before we head higher. If we do look on the lower time frame and we flip the chart, so you can see this is possibly a confirmed SC on the Vykov because it has a increased volume. We do have this small pause here, and we also have the volume at the highest level here, which is a confirmation for the sell climax. Right now this could be at the end of the accumulation for bears, so for the short, and right now we could be looking for a down move lower. I wouldn't be shorting just of that. You want to check for a lower time frame confirmations and maybe some sort of a free tap. Let's check quickly if we do have some sort of free tap here. Volume is protecting this level right here, but for free taps we are looking at, there's the acceleration of the price, but no visible free tap as for now, I would say. Let's check daily. Okay, so daily also could have this candle, and this is also a manipulation candle. If we turn this off, on, go on 30-minute, 1 hour, you see how this block basically is a not making any higher lower lows. That's your manipulation candle, and we swept the high, now making continuous SFP on 1 hour. So this is one of the confirmations for our short bias. You can also check the money rain indicator if we do find anything oversold there. Yeah, 4 hour is oversold right now, super oversold. So daily also reaching the mid level, so could give us some short-term down movement. Let me check what you guys are writing. Which kind of indicator gives you this yellow zone? It's a volume level. This will be included in the, I will soon release it for the package people that have it. If you want to buy the indicators, it's on this address. Let me actually show you. It will be included in them, and yeah. So it looks like this. You just scroll down. It will be the Biggie and the tsunami indicator. This orange one, which gives the orange levels, is the tsunami indicator that will be released probably later on today and will be included in both packages. So if you pay it, you will automatically get a message today with the new indicator. Okay. So that's to that question. Hey, what's up? Okay, so yeah, so currently expecting a down move on Tau for short term, and also would be looking for some possible drop on Ethereum as well. I also noticed today on different chart that there's a possible deviation here. We need the middle one on, as this was tested. So maybe one of the levels where we could reverse down again is the 1793, because there's an old free tap up here as well, which was not filled yet. If we go on 15 minutes, you will see it. Oops, that's not what I wanted to drag. So there's our old free tab level up here, and this aligns with the DL deviation, deviation high. This could be on the Wednesday or even tomorrow, and then on Wednesday I would expect some bearish moves all over. Let's check some of the other coins we were talking about on the last stream. It was AVAX. AVAX didn't really move as much so far, but it's kind of ranging for now, so waiting for that. Could potentially give us a lower level one more time, as it's building new free tab here. But on the lower time frame we already had a oops, I will lock this so we don't get it in this one-sided, so okay. So we already had this sort of a lower time frame free tab. Can be even up here because this wick also counts. This is the sweep and this was the wake up trend. So potentially this was the sweep and now AVAX could head higher, at least into the middle of this line to this level. But there's a chance that we will do one more low before going higher. One of the coins that we are also looking for is Quant. Quant was perfectly filled, tapped this level and immediately went higher, up almost 14%, and Link is something we entered via a limit exactly down here on the 7.020. Right now up also around 20%. I'm right now short-term bearish, but I expect the continuation at least on outs a little higher. Solana is also good looking. We're waiting for the flip of this level for a continuation trade, which occurred. And right now there's likely going to be filled a higher level of here. I don't know why it's not showing me the middle line where I had it yesterday. Because we had a level here of the middle. Maybe I deleted it, but it was up here to here. And I said that we will likely see 72 point... was it? Let me check. 72.21. Yeah. Yeah, 72.21. So this level was reached. Right now I would be also cautious. Either we reverse here or could give us some reaction here. I think we are not going to immediately sweep this high before any other retracement, because this kind of pushed quite high and it's leaving some unfilled lows behind, so it would be nice to sweep some of them first. ICP, one of the coins that is somehow moving differently right now, is not so consistent right now. I'm kind of waiting. I want to long this again. We longed it here, it closed it here. But right now it's creating this range, so could fall here too before making this some sort of price action like that. Let's change this back to gray. Last time I also told you to check the SPX against total 2 and where to start accumulating crypto, because is it this chart? It was supposed to be that one. I'm pretty sure I had a chart here for... Well, anyway, doesn't matter. But what I'm looking for is this bearish free tap. And we closed above successfully on total 3 against SPX, and same as on the total 2. Total 2 is almost at the high of the Wyckoff range, so expecting some nice move down, which I will show you on the Wyckoff. 1 second here. And it's here. We are currently in this stage right here. So any down move from here is bullish for crypto, as this is a chart of stocks against crypto. Let's jump back to others. There's a bullish free tap happening, and currently it's pushing up, so that's good. We swept that total free, sort of a deviation low, but good thing is that we do have a SMT against total and total free, so this could give us a nice bottoming here. And yeah, looking forward to see what this will do, because there's been also a free tap here, which was swept now. I think many people still don't expect any push higher at this moment, but we first should see some sort of small retracement if we want to go higher. I don't want to see straight push up, because that would lead later on to a further downfall. Stellar is still kinda ranging here. Good push higher. It's not looking bad, but this floor is a little weird. Maybe we can try to find some strong zone here. I missed something. I do not think I did, but unless I had wrong settings, no. Did have the time zone. Oh, let's delete this, it will confuse me later on if I don't know what that is. But no, I don't see any zones here at this moment, so yeah. Let's toggle on the raindrop, maybe we find something there. And we can turn the weight off right now. Yeah, there's currently nothing. There's these lower levels that were not felt. This slightly weird bottom just screams that there's more liquidity sitting below this level. Unless we had like a super small free tap happening there, but actually this could have been counted as a free tap, but it's not nice, really. Potentially also this, but this is not clear, so I would ignore it. I wouldn't trade that. Maybe with some other confirmations, but this is something I would have skipped. So XRP is pushing, that's good. But still waiting for some sort of SMT. If we do get it, there's no current overlaps or anything like that, so where's the next cycle? No, nothing like that. This is just for scalping. I will not really push that inside of your theories right now and how you are learning. So XRP is breaking out. Sounds like you expect odds to run up a bit, of liquidity coming into them. Possibly, yeah, but I would watch the reaction on Bitcoin and its closure today. One coin I'm looking into is Chili's, but first I want to see a strong reclaim of this level before any long. Until then, it's sort of wait that coin for me. But if it reclaims, then I would be looking to long it. Is there anything else that we should check? GRT doesn't look bad as bad too. There's this bullish free tap here. Can move it like this so it's more clear. Do we have a... Yeah, we do. CRT on a weekly for now. Let's study this chart more in depth. See if we find anything. I'll need this for now. Actually, let me want it from here. And we need this cycle. Oh, I'll do it later on, but we don't need that really as well. This was a nice sweep here. How is it looking with the volume? Daily 1 hour. There is no volume at here, so this doesn't confirm the Wyckoff. Is there any sort of free tap? No, currently not. My guess is that this is going to be a failed Wyckoff breakout, like a fake Wyckoff. There's no confirmations of that this should be the right thing. We do have this sort of a order block here. This is a weird range. And if this was a Wyckoff, we would need to see a strong reclaim of this level. Until then, if it just goes here and once it goes slightly lower than this, it's going to be a failed Wyckoff, and we will see lower levels here, potentially even spring here. But yeah, it's not looking good for GRT. If we look into zones, can delete raindrop. Let's turn on time. We do have two overlapping zones here. So this is your strong zone. We turn on the raindrop and the time. Yeah, this kind of aligns with the orange zone that we were expecting here. So yeah, this is the key level that we would want to see swept first, and then potentially something else could happen. But this push up wasn't really initiated by the free tap or anything like that. This push was mainly a liquidity hunt up here, if you see this level. There was a lot of liquidity up here, so many touches of that level, so we could speculate that there was this free tap up here, but this initial push was just a liquidity buildup. Up here, yes, this is a free tap, but this area, it's more of a liquidity building up. So they think that this is going to create some sort of a big move, and then we are going to fall over. People will say that this is a inverse head and shoulders. Could be. I don't really care about the retail patterns. What we see is a bearish free tap, liquidity building up. Now we have the sweep, and if we do have a failed Wyckoff, it's going to go lower. You can check some SMTs if we do have anything like that here. For that, we would need to open up a chart with the Bitcoin at least, or something similar to that. Probably even Ethereum would be better. Let's 5-minute chart. Okay, this is not really cool, so let's check it like this. So this is 6. Yeah, this is our long. So GRT barely moved, apart from the Ethereum. So this is for now quite a weak chart. We do have a free drive here. Same view. Still thinking this will go lower. Probably if I create into FOMC and then it should run. Yeah, I think so too. Because FOMC will have should have a aligned Q3 cycles, and especially on the news. If we could point it rather than I will show you. So we started the weekly here, and then we finish it all the way up here. Okay, so this is our weekly level, and then we have 4 segments of the. Let's do it differently so it's easier. So then we have 4 segments of the price section. Actually 5, because there's Friday as well. And your whole cycle is this move here. And Q, this is a green, like a manipulation phase, a week. It only happens once per 5 weeks or 4 weeks. And in Q3, in this exact area is where manipulation should occur. And that is where we would look for a strong reversal slower. Also, this split would end up into 4 more here. 4 more here. And the major move down, or like a major move, should happen in this area. So if we zoom a little closer, this is where you want to be expecting a move down between a 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. of time. So UTC plus 2 for that would mean between 11 a.m. and 18 or so, like 6 p.m. 11 to 18. This is where you are expecting on a big move on Wednesday. And if we keep on pushing higher, it's going to happen, and we will see a sequence that will drop the price lower around that time, and this is where we will reverse. So until then, if we go higher, no problem, but be careful about the Wednesday. That's my advice at this current moment. Can you check hype? Yes, absolutely. Let's check hype. Let's see where we are sitting at this moment. So zones on. Perfectly held this zone. Right now bouncing higher. You see how the price is accelerating here, so it's not going to take much time. But as long as we are making higher highs, I would be careful. Then we will look for a free tap again. Very likely we are going to see this high, and if I'm not wrong, this is currently a Wyckoff range. And we could see a sweep of this deviation high. Let's actually put the 0.5 on. This was tested. It was this was left untested. So 2 important levels you should look for is 50 and 82. at this current moment. Here and here. We reclaim this level, so expectations of a higher push is something that I would look for right now, but note that this is an outside bar high and I would be careful about this one too. Potentially, let's check if this zone was respected. Yeah, this zone was respected as well. So on lower time frame, you want to pay attention especially to 70.8 to 71.2. And it might even align with some key level fips. Do we have some sort of free tab here loading? Yes, actually we do. So this is your bearish free tab at this moment. So this is a sweep. Very likely we are going to target some sort of key level first, which in this current situation is this one. If we move on a higher time frame, let's see if we do find some different one. This is a 3-day level possibly as well. 3-hour also pointing at that, but 4-hour will not. This was the manipulation candle from first day to Sunday. Okay, that's very possible actually. One second then. If the zones overlap here, this could be the top as well. There's nothing here. But on 2-hour, it's the same zone. If we put on the time and on 1 hour, where does this lead us to? Yeah, this zone aligns with the smaller ones. And higher one as well, so let's mark all of them down. Where was it? It's here. So let's try to find the exact overlapping level. Still haven't here. Okay, 2-hour. We go on 15-minute. Let's check how well it was protected. There's this small zone here. Does it overlap with the raindrop? It kinda does. Respected, 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 respected. And then here too. So I pay attention to these current two levels, 68 and 71. The market gives you some sort of a M structure here. You'll likely fall back to this free tap support at 65. But there's a chance that we will create a M looking structure, which would look like this. Maybe into the Wednesday too, and then we will fall likely lower. Could also reach the high here with the M structure, but it will have similar shape. Just note it will look something like this. The M structure will either look like this, or even can have equal highs. But yeah, if you want to catch a continuation trade and you're certain that this level won't hold, then you can short even lower there into the lower areas, but first check for the lower time frame free taps. There's one here which is unfilled, so very likely we are going to fill this level at some point in coming weeks or even days. We can check lower time frame, but I think it's unswept. Yep. So this is your key liquidity right now at 59. If we zoom out and look for another 3 tabs, there's likely up one more here. Oh, this one was actually swept. Maybe. Let's see 4 hour, but yeah. So there was a 3 tab 2 which was swept. It's not as clear, but it's a super small sweep down here. And then you get higher. So if we check for UNFs, let's check. We do have any here. Yeah, we do have one UNF here at 57. And no more UNFs before that, so on 1 hour, let's check one at 44 and again 57. So yeah, so this is likely going to go lower soon, a little bit, but then expect another move. What did we not check yet? Link is still trying to push. Ethereum almost at the deviation high, so but yeah guys, as I said, we're slightly off with the timing, but this is the bullish move we expected since the start of June. Let's check Ethereum Bitcoin range. And so we have this range. Still waiting for some new price action to tell us what's going to happen. Let's see if there's any zones stacked. This level was respected and we tested it. It looks very similar. Look at this price action. This looks very similar to this. So currently at this moment, you see how we are pretty much repeating the price action here on 3-day time frame, the same way we are repeating it on 1 hour time frame. Price is in fact fractal, but you need to consider time a lot, and we might actually check some of the time cycles if we find them here. So this was the high, and we are expecting a low on the October. Currently the cycles are in the phase where we are likely going to pour money in. Let's jump back to the ranges. Others dominance, nothing really changed here. We want to see a clear recovery of this level before longing them and making some bigger moves. This orange zone needs to be recovered. So yeah. Okay, let me check what you guys wrote. I remember charted Wyckoff on silver. Can you update it when you finish with crypto, please? Absolutely. If I can check SpaceX. Wait, Spix. What is Spix? Did you mean SpaceX or Spix? If you mean SpaceX, I expect this to move lower right now. This reasoning is pretty simple. We had a quick pump into the highs on the IPO. So the same way I expected and shared it in the VIP group. we went higher first, then it's going to go lower and lower probably. So yeah, expect stocks to still go slightly lower. We are going to open pretty high, it's okay. We had a true opening here, but as the time goes, I don't expect SpaceX to run as high as it should, simply because there's much more still to happen. IPO, many people expected the IPO to be super bearish right from the start. That is exactly what I learned about, that we are likely going to see higher prices. Because it didn't make sense for everyone to go immediately short, because everyone wanted to short. And just didn't make sense to do so. But let's check the... Just wanted to see the silver. So let's go for silver. We do have a... we do have a Wyckoff. So currently this seems like a M2 model. Let me open it up for you. M2 model, so we do have the LPS here, possibly. It's a very deep LPS, so I would look for a reaction around this level. If we successfully reclaim the 72, then I would keep, I would stay in the spot or long if you're in silver. If not, then we are going to see lower prices here. We are in a phase where the inflow of the capital is happening. You can see it here on this small chart. You see how the price here, where we put money in, out, in, out, in, out. Right now we are in the phase where it should go higher, and I wouldn't be really selling before the 3rd July unless we get some nasty price action. Right now we have a bullish free tab here, which is now swept perfectly. So the next target should be $96 on silver. Up here. But watch the reaction around this area, as I said. Exactly here. The only issue I see is that this was quite quick and quite sharp, but it looks okay, I would say. What is concerning a little bit is the UK oil. This is where we expected the down move. We can come to this old chart we had here, because I have chartings here at the UK oil spot. Okay, it's not here, it's here then. And it's okay on spot. Then I don't know where it is. Never mind, it's okay. I'll check it later. But there was a bearish free tab here, which I warned about. Right here. And right now we are pretty much sweeping this low. So if we do make some sort of an SFP on daily or weekly, I will be looking to long oil again into higher prices. This could align with the foam sea level. And there's definitely liquidity below this level. Note that we are still in this weekly range. Oil basically never left this weekly range for the past, how many? 3 months. So during the whole quarter, like a couple of months, we didn't move out of that zone. So now that we are opening a new quarter, pretty much, or we will be opening it in 15 days, that is where we will see some new moves again. But this is still just a range. Maybe even Wyckoff 1 if we check here and turn the 0.5 on. Yeah, this was nicely tested. Is this UNF? 1 second. It is not an UNF, but it's very close to it. Is this a UNF? Oh, I have these blocked. So potentially we do have a lot of zones stacked here. So if they will create some sort of new Wyckoff, then 76 could be your next zone too. But watch especially for the weekly and monthly candles. If we do sweep this but still close above this, your next target would be the highs. There's a bunch of time for that. Oh, SPX, okay. Cycles you see below, it's an indicator, yes, but that's something different. That's not something I want you guys to use just yet. It's something I'm testing and I'm not sure of it yet. It can be possibly good for scalping, but I don't have enough data for that to put it out, kinda, so don't be bothered by those quarterly sentences here. Or sequences, not sentences. I saw that concept and kinda checking if we can squeeze something out of it, but yeah. So crypto seems to be still pushing, so that's good. Quant is pushing, Solana is pushing nicely as well. When did we start the day on? Started the day on a push lower, okay. So there's a chance we will still push into the afternoon. Why do I think that is the reason? Because if we go on a fresh chart on Bitcoin or Ethereum, let's say, let's turn everything off. This is the perfect candle manipulations I told you about many times. It's the PCM concept. Basically, we do have a trap in the early stages of the day where we have a bear trap. Then we are not creating any higher lows, lower lows during that moment. So we are going up, up, up. Then price makes some sort of a top around the like afternoon before the evening. Then price stabilizes a little bit before the closure. So we have a candle that looks like, that's too deep, sorry. Again. So then we do have a candle that can look like this. And then in the next candles, we see a manipulation above that zone. And then we go lower at least to the 50% of that candle or low. So you don't want to trade that at this moment. It will likely be swept on the Wednesday or Tuesday, and then we will short it on the Wednesday. Ultimately, this is a Q1. This is a Q2 and Q3. And we would like to see some sort of price action like this. And then on Q3, which is Wednesday, either down move or slightly up move before the down move. But so far, this is a good manipulation for now. And on Monday as well. Oh, that's not an indicator. The waves, that's manually drawn. It's time cycle waves or time cycle concept. It's someone that, I'll show you. It's called Hearst time cycles. It's a concept by a guy that was in history kinda in 1960 or 1970, something like that. It's a J.M. Hurst is the guy. J.M. Hurst, who discovered these Hurst time cycles. They are basically a Gann cycles. They are just more advanced. And then they can help you analyze where the money is, or when the money is flowing in and when is flowing out of the coins. Boy is still holding quite well. I would like to see this level filled. This would be perfect, and I think it's going to happen before any other move. Also, look how nice they respect this area here. And if this happens, it is going to be copying the move of the SPX before the big move still. So even though we had nasty moves lower, I never kind of stopped believing in it. And yeah, as long as it's copying the price action, then we should soon be much higher at like 4 to 20 mil market cap very soon in coming weeks. So we are talking about like a 100 to 500% push from here. So that's good. But it's risky, obviously, it's a small cap. Yeah, you wanted me to check the SPX. We can actually check it from here. So yeah. I had a chart for this somewhere. Maybe here. And it was SPX 500. Not here. Probably here. Not here as well. We had some level 0, okay, but doesn't matter. Let's start over. Can always do it. It's just going to take some more time. But that's okay. So from weekly perspective, there's not really any levels that we need to check. Let's check for the swinger levels if there's any overlapping. There's this one. This. So if price falls, I would look for a price action and reaction at this level. See how it kind of nicely respects the price all the time. It never really plays inside of that zone. It either slices through and recovers instantly or rejects it, tests it, tests it. So yeah, this is a strong level. But my guess from time cycle point, I actually need to find the time cycles because... Oh, I know why I couldn't find it, because we have it like US 500. Makes sense. Let's check it. I know it's there, but I'm just not sure which chart was it on right now. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's okay. I would like to find it though. I don't think it was SPX like that. Anyway, let me put all these back so it's not confusing for me later on. But we had a lot of zones here, especially the old ones. Even weekly was holding them nicely. But okay, let's go with the weekly zones for now. So price was pretty much holding all of these all the time. And we never tested this 4.7k, 4.6k level just yet, and never really did anything to it, even though it was nicely held. The only test was here, which is very, very soon, and I don't think that's fine, even though it was on New Year, but it's not perfect really. And we are still manipulating higher, so fucking hell, I want my time cycles, man. Just trying to remember what was the chart I used it on. Because there's like a very, very cool time cycle low, and it was pointing at, let's do it. I know I can find it quickly. It was like 9 months, 18 months, 5, no, 14, 22, 17. Okay, it should be around here. This is 6 months, this should be 4.5 a year. And the next low should come in 2029. So if this is correct, then this should be a middle of this current cycle, and we should be in just the middle of that. Now we need to cut these into 15%. This is offset a little bit. I'll remain on the monthly. 30 months, 50 months, 15 months, 52, 16, 42. We try to find it. It's going to be probably easier. But it was on this chart. Wait, what was the ticker? Capital.com. Okay, yeah. So I'm just maybe wrong on the capital.com. Wait, is it not here anymore? It was like US 500, right? Capital.com. Interesting. So they renamed it, and now it's under a different ticker. It's not US 500 anymore, it's SPX 500. Which is slightly annoying because then I won't be able to find my chart likely. If I'm not wrong. Oh, sorry for wasting your time, guys. But I know it's there, but just don't know. Where did it go? Capital. Oh yeah, this is where we had it. But I don't think there's time cycles too. Why? No, that's not it then. Oh, okay, okay, okay. It's blue chart. Blue chart 3 days. And it's also capital. Fuck. Capital com 500. SPX 500. Fine, fine. Yeah. Okay, finally. Fucking hell. This took ages. So, if you look on the time cycles, this is what we have here. And you see how each time we have been bouncing up on the big cycles. Right now we are just in the middle of that cycle. So my expectation is that we are not going to do some major low until 2029, pretty much. Or if we do, it's going to take at least another 3 months. Because from the perspective of the cycles, we usually made some sort of a dump after the smaller cycle here, where we had a big one, and inside of them, usually in the second one of the smaller one, we had some sort of dump. So around here we had this dump, as well as we had it here. This was the quick dump. So they don't have to be long, but you see how they often happen in the second half of the smaller cycles. Same as here. Here there was just a small one, but I wouldn't be counting that one. It was more one part of a bigger cycle. So my guess is we are not going to see such a big crash right now. We are likely going to see like 6.2, 6.4, the levels we have talked about. But for the major crash, I think we would look for the 4.6k at this moment if we were to drop for a bounce. So like a crash of 40% on stocks if something really, really, really bad happened. Okay, let's go back to our regular charts. Let's check Ethereum dominance. This chart where I haven't been for a while right now. Let's activate the raindrop too. There's this key level right here that we need to reclaim. If you want to see some higher levels on Ethereum dominance, this is the key level that's kind of dropping us or keeping us slower. But from the time cycle point of view, we are in the middle of it. A new cycle started. You see how here, here, and here we did have the first one, and right now we are expecting a new inflow of money into the late 2027 with a top around this area as well. Again, around basically around, somewhere around here should be the top. Can maybe try to refine it even more, but it's not going to be the best. So yeah, in September we should have another bounce low. It would be nice if by that time we recovered this level and bounced off it. It would be ideal. Dominance is we haven't been on them for a while, but basically what we wanted to see happened. What could happen is the same thing we were discussing last time. If we are rejecting this, we may come down for this deviation low, which could make us bullish for now, and then we might see another high happening. This was a perfect SFP, but now pay attention to this level. We may now everything basically depends on what we do around this level at 8.2, some plus minus, because this is a free tap. This is a free tap support. So we might create a M structure on higher time frame and sweep that high, or first we will go lower and then come back later on for that level before going lower again. So this is what you want to watch right now. It's the same model we were looking at last time. It's the kiss of death, basically. Pattern, not like pattern, but structure. And we are at the end of it. I showed you this last time as well. You can turn this off. Let's go for 3 days. So we had this sweep here. Sweep here is the sweep here. The low is here, here, and then we had the price action that pretty much that this is the final range we have here, and this is the final top for now that should be there. So right now we would like to see this high being filled first, but yeah, this is the final phase of the distribution. So after that we should create new price action and drop to lower prices to reaccumulate. Don't forget that this is the 3-month range. This whole candle, we are still sitting in a 3-month range. We swept the low, never swept the high. That's why I still believe this is going to happen. And time-wise, this should happen by the 26th October, the latest. So if you want to be precise, something like this. Got some sick trades and spot. It's a little bit boring lately because we are not moving as much. It's more of a waiting. But yeah. Let me check what you guys are writing, if there's anything. Thanks, brother, for the explaining. No worries, guys. If there's anything you want me to check again, let me know. Kinda running out of ideas here. This is exactly what we are talking about. The 120-day cycles. We had the first one in October, then it dumped, and then new one. It's a sequence of 4 months, basically, right? So the same sequence again, again, again. It's the major moves. If we slightly make it bigger, you will see what I'm talking about. Biggest moves happen after a sequence is set and running. Here, 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 here. It's the same all the time. It's just sequences. You see? Sequence down, sequence up, sequence down, ranging, sequence down, ranging, sequence up. Nothing really that hard. And if we look on 3-month candles, this is what I'm talking about. This was the sequence last time. We swept the low. Now we should target middle of this candle or high of this candle. If you look at the sweep on Doge, on 6th June, we tapped the sequence or low or like a time cycle low of this range after the crash. There would be a better one likely, because some of the huge candles don't have such long wick. So it's kinda hard to find the correct one, to understand which wick was the correct one. But for example, Binance one has double SFP here. I think you already know what SFP is. I tried to explain it many times here. So this looks bullish at this moment. Invalidation is closure below this level without wicks. So basically a strong closure below that would not be covered by a wick previously would be a invalidation of further long. But I still feel like people are too scared that market will go lower. Which I understand. Bitcoin doesn't look as good, but like the alts that we have here, like look at the weekly on Litecoin, okay? Like you had all this price action here, and you want to tell me you're not bullish right now. Like we have been in a range since 2022, created massive multi-month, almost also a multi-year free tap. You swept it right now and you're crying and telling me we are not going to bounce. Like, this doesn't make sense at all. Why would people be trying to short it here? We might even try to find some time cycles here, like there's going to be something. Yeah. Like it's in the tolerance here, here, here. Every single candle here is in tolerance of the so I think people are way too bearish at this moment where they should not be. And this is even better time cycle. 105 days is a weird one, but okay. It can be split into 17 maybe. 26 is weird one. It's probably not going to give us anything. It's more of a sequence of 4 or 3. 3 is fine here, 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 here as well. You're okay. Look at here. You see how we try to apply it correctly so it's a bit more precise. And it's too many days. Don't let us go exactly on that because it's not dividable by that number. It's 52 divided by 7 or so. But you get it. Like if I put this on and put it here, we still need to go lower time frame. So this fits better. Even more 3 days should be countable. Slightly better, but of the best, or even just to... I basically need this to align with this level. Yeah, okay, now it's good. So now if we put it here and here, I did it the other way. You see how the lows often are... It's still not perfect now. How the lows often bounce off these or make top. Look here. Bounce here, bounce here. There's the top. Bounce, bounce, bounce. There's the top. Bounce. This looks like a top, but this is counted as bounce here. It's intolerance. It can be up to 10% of that. Bounce, bounce, bounce. So let's move it like this so we know where's the next one. Should be right here. And we are already bouncing, so I just can't be bearish on this. Like, doesn't make sense. You're not at the time where you should be short. That time was when we were at the where we were here at the Wyckoff high and we are creating bearish free tap up here. Right now we are creating bullish free tap, and like I didn't even see that before, I think, but if you look at this and you look here, let's just show you something, okay? Let's copy this area and let's flip it upside down. And you pretty much have the same price action we had at the top. Slightly different, yes, but this is a bearish free tap, this is a bullish free tap. It's Bitcoin, which is not perfect. Other coins will probably have better ones. So not probably, Link does have one. But the coins that want to go up, they do have already a bullish free tap on high time frame, not like 15-minute. They do have it on daily. So you had the sweep here, it held the crucial zone. We got filled down here on this move down, and now you want to be bearish. Like, we are holding a gut entry long here. Like, to be precise, that long was from exactly here, after the sweep happened. And you have this free tap, and if we go on weekly, Link also has a bullish free tap on weekly. So like, monthly, was it even monthly? I don't know. Oh no, it was daily and weekly. But the weekly is slightly hidden. It's not as visible at first look. This is the correct 3-day to weekly free tap. And the main reason, again, why I'm bullish, people are trying to short the fuck out of this bearish inverse head and shoulders. Like, where do you think this will go? Like, down to $1? No, hell no. So many are watching this inverse head and shoulders while we are watching the free taps, right? And this is what they are shorting. They are shorting this support turn into resistance. Yeah, it dumped a little bit. They probably got activated their shorts here. But this move down was nothing else than a sweep of early longs where we entered, and right now we are going higher because they fucked everyone here. Now we have a correct structure for a move upside to the upside on this. So yeah. Don't overcomplicate stuff that is like not reasonable to overcomplicate. Like if you want to look into this, they will say later on this is a breaker block and this held the price. Wow. It was definitely a breaker block that was there. Nothing else, brother. Sure it was. Here again. What happened here? 1 week, 2 week, 3 weeks. Sweep, we go higher. Don't overcomplicate the stuff that you see. Price will often fill some sort of VVG on a higher time frame if retap happens. So yeah, PVGs can be used sometimes, but don't rely on them all the time. There's better stuff to watch for, and that is, for example, this latest candle that caused the drop. Then you want to see how it acts around that price. So this whole level, if it holds this level, then this is your confirmation for the bullish trade. I don't want to see boy running up now. I want to see if this level fell. This would be nice. Also, Ethereum needs to overcome this level on daily. If we do not do that, then you're not just in the... You are in the early long, and you would get trapped here too. There's levels here that could be filled around 1.3k, potentially even lower, but for that, Ethereum Euro is better chart at this moment. I think it was Coinbase. Yeah. But the deviation lower was filled too. So this is potentially bottom where we could see higher prices, but there's a chance that we will still fill these levels here. 1.2k and 1.15 on Ethereum Euro. So that would be equal to like a, I don't know, 1.4k, 1.44. We can check the Ethereum with the other coins like Euro, GBP, and Franc. So let's turn on the indies. Let's real quick check what do we have here. Nothing important really. Time mess looking, I know. There's no really many zones on this mix. Yeah, this is the key area I was telling you about just right now. And that is this one that needs to be overcome too. And fully closed above. There's also a small volume level here, which we can try to use. Let's increase it so it's correctly set. Price disrespect this level multiple times here. If we go on lower time frame, let's see what it does here. And you see how perfectly it respects every single move there. So very likely we are going to see a retest of that first. Even here, perfect tap. So that's just a volume level on the daily that is inside of our zone. There's another zone up here, where we have a level, but that level is not nicely respected. We do have a zone here, which is quite nicely respected, and there's no volume inside of that, unluckily, but the deviation of that zone is here. So this smaller block is what I'm looking into, and we have a overlapping with the volume. So this would be my key level right now, or some scaling out on spot. So about a run to 25% increase, which would be equal to 2.2k. And we have the same zone here, 2.27. But again, as long as we don't close strong candle closure here or daily, or even better on weekly, we don't want to front run anything, because this is a swing low. That could be still swept. Let's look if we do have some sort of free tab here. We had old free tab here, which we are looking into like in early 2026, which I expected to be swept. This is now swept, so that's okay. This is actually perfect. Oops. You see how we respected it here, bounced off, but never closed below. This was the sweep again, and now we are exactly at that level again. This could be counted to as a very, very strong level that you need to pay attention to. But yeah, I think this is going to be it from me guys today, and we'll see you next time. It was a fun session. No trades really today from me, I know, but there's nothing really right now happening. You know what to do, wait for Wednesday, and then we will execute. Stellar is running up still, that's good, so could reach another highs here. But make sure to watch this level. Now that I think of it, this could be a range here. So before we end, this could be a range here, because we do have a test of 0.5 here for sure. Yeah, after it was created. So wait for these highs or potentially these lows to be swept and enter trade there. This is going to be a nice Wyckoff later on if this is filled and we reverse here. So thank you so much and see you next time. Bye bye.